Good morning. As the sun rises over a frosty landscape, there's a special kind of magic in the air. The world seems quieter, blanketed in white, and every breath feels crisp and new. I'm Al Roker, and today we're diving into Europe's winter forecast. Whether you're a weather enthusiast or just want to know if you'll need your snow boots, we're here to help you navigate the season ahead. Why do we care about winter weather? It shapes our daily lives in countless ways: school closures, travel plans, even our moods and routines. Children watch eagerly for news of a snow day, while parents juggle work and childcare. Farmers keep a close eye on the forecast, watching for freezes that could impact their crops and livestock. City workers prep salt trucks and clear roads, working through the night to keep our streets safe and passable. Their efforts often go unnoticed, but they're the unsung heroes of winter. Meanwhile, you might be deciding between packing for a ski trip in the mountains or planning a cozy weekend indoors, curled up by the fire with a good book and a warm drink. Winter weather influences our choices, big and small. Winter weather is both beautiful and dangerous. One day, you're admiring sparkling snow on the trees. The next, you're dealing with travel chaos, icy roads, and unexpected delays. It's a season of contrasts, where beauty and challenge go hand in hand. That's why we keep an eye on the forecast, to plan, prepare, and stay safe. Checking the weather isn't just a habit, it's a way to protect ourselves and our loved ones from the unexpected. For winter sports fans, a snowy forecast is thrilling. Fresh powder means perfect conditions for skiing, snowboarding, and sledding. The mountains come alive with excitement and adventure. For commuters, though, it's a challenge. Navigating slippery sidewalks and congested roads requires patience and caution. Every journey becomes a test of resilience and adaptability. The winter outlook helps us set expectations and get ready for whatever comes, whether it's digging out the driveway, layering up in warm clothes, or simply planning ahead for a safe trip. Today we'll break down what's ahead for Europe in 2025. From the frosty, snow-laden north to the milder, rainier south. Each region faces its own unique challenges and surprises, and we'll help you understand what to expect. We'll cover snow, storms, and tips to keep you safe and comfortable. From preparing your home and car to knowing when to stay indoors, we've got practical advice for every situation. So grab your coffee, tea, or hot chocolate and settle in. There's nothing like watching the snow fall outside while you're warm and informed inside. Let's see what this winter has in store. Whether you're stepping out into a winter wonderland or bracing for a storm, knowledge is your best companion. Being informed is the first step to making the most of the season. With the right information, you can plan fun activities, avoid hazards, and make memories that last a lifetime. Ready? Let's get started. Here's what you need to know to stay safe, prepared, and make the most of Europe's winter weather. So, what's the main story for Europe this winter? It's shaping up to be a classic split, a tale of two very different seasons unfolding across the continent. If you're wondering what to expect, it all comes down to where you are on the map. In Northern and Eastern Europe, think Scandinavia, the Baltics, and Poland, residents should brace themselves for a colder than average season. These regions are no strangers to winter's chill, but this year, the cold is expected to be even more intense and persistent than usual. A strong high-pressure system will settle in, locking in Arctic air and making it tough for warmer winds to break through. So if you live here, it's time to dig out your warmest coats, scarves, and gloves. Bundling up will be essential for weeks on end. Meanwhile, southern and western Europe, places like Spain, Portugal, southern France, and Italy, are in for a very different experience. Here the winter will be milder, with temperatures staying above average and a noticeable increase in rainfall. It won't be tropical, but you can expect far less of that bone-chilling cold. People might still need a jacket, but heavy winter gear will mostly stay in the closet. Outdoor cafes may stay open, and life will feel a bit less harsh compared to the north. Central Europe, including countries like Germany and Austria, finds itself right in the battleground. Here, the weather will be unpredictable, swinging wildly between mild spells and sudden cold snaps, with rain one day and snow the next. One week you'll need a raincoat for drizzly days, and the next you'll be reaching for your thickest parka as temperatures plunge. Residents will need to stay flexible and keep an eye on the forecast. What's behind this dramatic pattern? It's all driven by a positive Arctic oscillation. Imagine it as a massive atmospheric traffic jam, with weather systems getting stuck in place and reinforcing these regional differences. As a result, cold air pools and lingers in the north and east, while milder, wetter air flows steadily into the south and west, creating a sharp contrast across the continent. Where you are in Europe will make all the difference this winter. Your experience could be completely different from someone just a few hundred kilometers away. Some will be shoveling snow from their driveways and sidewalks, while others will be dodging puddles and carrying umbrellas through rainy city streets. The key takeaway? Expect a winter of contrasts, with dramatic differences in temperature and precipitation depending on your location. So, as the season unfolds, keep an eye on the skies. Let's see who gets the snow, who gets the rain, and who gets a little bit of everything. This winter, Europe's weather story will be one of variety, surprises, and plenty to talk about. Let's talk snow. The big winners this year: Eastern and Northern Europe, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Poland, and the Baltics. Get ready for postcard-perfect snow. The Alps will see heavy snow at higher elevations, great for ski resorts, but watch for avalanches. The Carpathians will also get their share. Southern Europe, Spain, southern Italy, Greece, expect a drier winter, with rain more likely than snow. The UK and Ireland, mostly mild and wet, but a sudden cold snap could bring a surprise snow day or two. So, while not everyone gets a winter wonderland, some regions are in for a classic snowy season. Stay prepared for surprises. Now, let's talk storms. Northwestern Europe, UK, Ireland, the Netherlands, Denmark, Norway. Brace for an active storm season. Powerful windstorms could bring damaging gusts, heavy rain, and coastal flooding. The Mediterranean might see medicanes, small but intense storms, with hurricane-like winds and flash floods. Central Europe is more likely to get heavy snow when cold and mild air collide. No matter where you are, stay alert for weather warnings. Being informed is your best defense. How does this winter compare to recent years? For much of Europe, it's a return to old-fashioned cold and snow, especially in the north and east. Recent winters were mild, with little snow and lower heating bills. This year, expect more cold snaps, higher energy use, and travel delays. Southern Europe continues its trend of milder, drier winters. The north gets a throwback winter. The south stays on its modern, warmer path. This growing divide is something scientists are watching closely. Winter 2025 is a tale of two trends: cold and snowy up north, mild and wet down south. Europe's climate diversity is on full display. Let's decode some common weather terms together so you can follow the forecast like a pro and understand what's really happening in the skies above. Weather reports can sound complicated, but once you know the basics, you'll be able to interpret them with confidence and even impress your friends and family with your knowledge. First up, high pressure. Imagine it as a giant, invisible dome of heavy air pressing down on the land. This usually brings calm, settled weather. Think clear, cold, and sometimes foggy winter days. Under high pressure, the air sinks, which means clouds struggle to form, so you often get those crisp blue skies or misty mornings. It's why you might wake up to a frosty landscape and still, quiet air. Now let's talk about low pressure. This is the opposite, lighter air that rises, allowing clouds to build up and storms to develop. When low pressure moves in, expect unsettled weather, wind, rain, or snow, depending on the temperature. These systems are responsible for those dramatic winter storms that sweep across Europe, bringing gusty winds and heavy precipitation. You might hear meteorologists mention the storm track hitting northwestern Europe. This refers to a parade of low-pressure systems rolling in from the Atlantic Ocean, one after another, often bringing waves of wet and windy weather to places like the UK, Ireland, and northern France. Another key player is the jet stream, a fast-moving river of air high above the Earth, thousands of meters up. The jet stream acts like a steering wheel for weather systems, guiding storms and influencing whether we get cold snaps or mild spells. Its position can make a huge difference in our daily weather. If the jet stream dips southward, it opens the door for cold Arctic air to sweep down over Europe, leading to freezing temperatures and snow. But if it stays further north, milder air from the Atlantic can flow in, keeping things relatively warm, even in winter. This winter, the jet stream has split, creating a sharp contrast. Northern Europe shivers under cold, snowy conditions, while the south enjoys milder, greener weather. This dividing line explains why you might see snow in Scandinavia, but rain in Spain at the same time. Let's not forget about precipitation. This is the catch-all term for any water falling from clouds, rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Each type creates its own unique challenges, from slippery roads to snowdrifts and icy sidewalks. The type of precipitation you get depends on the temperature not just at the ground, but all the way up through the atmosphere. If it's cold all the way down, you get snow. If there's a warm layer above the ground, snowflakes can melt into raindrops or sleet before reaching you. Sometimes snow starts falling from the clouds but melts into rain before it lands, especially if the air near the ground is above freezing. That's why you might see slushy snow or puddles, even when it looked like snow was on the way. By understanding these basic weather terms and concepts, you'll be able to make sense of any forecast, plan your days better, and stay one step ahead of the weather. Stay weather-wise, and you'll never be caught off guard. Winter weather shapes our routines. Snow and ice can snarl roads, delay trains, and ground flights, especially in northern and central Europe. Schools may close, and parents scramble for childcare. Outdoor workers face tough, even dangerous conditions. Power outages can shut down offices and businesses. But winter also brings fun: skiing, sledding, ice skating, and magical snowy landscapes. Towns set up rinks, parks become playgrounds, and families get outside together. At home, higher heating bills mean it's smart to insulate and save energy. Cold weather can affect our health: more colds, flu, and even seasonal depression. Take care of your body and mind. Winter is challenging, but it's also a time for joy and togetherness. Make the most of it.
Know you've been a good friend.
Ready for winter? Here's how to stay safe and warm. Check your heating system and seal up drafts before the cold hits. Keep a home emergency kit, flashlights, batteries, blankets, food, and water. Dress in layers: base, warm middle, waterproof outer, plus hat, gloves, and boots with grip. For drivers, use winter tires. Clear all snow from your car and keep a safety kit in the trunk. Slow down and leave extra space on icy roads. Look out for vulnerable neighbors. Help with groceries or snow shoveling. Community spirit makes winter easier for everyone. A little preparation goes a long way. Stay connected, stay safe, and help each other out. That's how you weather any storm. To wrap up, winter 2025 is shaping up to be a season of contrasts. The north and east get cold and snow. The south and west stay milder and wetter. Be prepared, not scared. Knowledge is your best tool. Get your home, car, and wardrobe ready. Watch the daily forecast, especially in areas with rapid weather swings. Find the joy in winter: snowy days, winter sports, or just a warm drink by the fire. Embrace the season's beauty and challenges. We'll keep you updated as the winter unfolds. Stay warm, stay safe, and enjoy the ride. Have a wonderful winter season.